Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So Jay, man, we had an excellent live yesterday, man. That was pretty good. Surprisingly good considering football is on. So I was happy about that turnout and support that we saw yesterday. So shout out to the folks that joined the live that we do every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you all check it out. Um, so I'm wearing these colors in honor of the Oregon Ducks. Hopefully they beat the brakes off the Washington Huskies this coming up weekend. Uh,
two
there's
weeks.
this or 2 weeks, whatever. This is a certain individual that I'm pointing this towards. So I want him to understand that I hate him and his team. All right, so let's jump into this video, man. But before I do that, I'd like to welcome those of you who are new to the channel. This is the Angry Man Podcast on Sports Media, where Jason and I are always dropping boxing-related content. So make sure you become a subscriber. And for those of you who are regular patrons of the channel, make sure you smash the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content. But make sure that you are engaging with the content. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited about these fights that are coming up this weekend. I think there's probably a 70% chance that we do a fight party for this. It seems like it's going to be early enough for us to do a fight party. They say we owe men in the Discord, so I'm gonna act accordingly. I get sleepy at night, so it is what it is. But I think we're gonna do a fight party for this one, and I'm pretty excited. Um, there's some interaction currently going on with Team Devin Haney and Team Brian Norman. Now, I did a video yesterday, Jay, talking a little bit about Devin Haney and some of the comments that he's made relative to cutting weight. And again, let me preface my comments because I've been accused of being a hater. And I embrace the hate, Jay. You know, that's why we call the Angry Man Podcast, because we embrace hate. So I embrace it. We hate you, you hate us. It is what it is. But
It's all love.
it's all good. It's all good. But um Devin, good fighter, really good fighter, seems to be willing to take on the best competition around his weight class for the most part. I think he puts a little
I
bit too
respect.
much. Yeah, I think he put a little bit too much into his resume. I think it's a good resume. I don't think it's like excellent. I don't think it's worlds above many other fighters, but good, solid fighter, and I like what he's doing. But he mentioned the weight cut and still needing to do a weight cut when he was fighting Ramirez, right, at 144. So you
Uh-huh.
still required a weight cut. I suspect that Devin walks around roughly at 180 pounds. And that's a lot of work to get down to 147, man. You're talking about 30 some odd pounds more than likely that he has to shed during training camp. And he was making reference to, or at least his camp was making reference to Brian Norman, and that his face looked sunk in. And, you know, Brian Norman Sr., of course, responded to that with a video of them walking around Riyadh so that you can see what Brian Norman looked like. And he does not look like his face is all sunken in and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Devin has had a number of different things that have been out there floating around. People have been talking about how ripped he is. I've seen a number of YouTube posts from people talking about he looks amazing, he looks ripped up, and da 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 da, and this, that, and the third. And of course, you know, there's all that snack commentary that's out there. You know, we don't believe in that. There's no proof of any of these things, and Devin hasn't demonstrated anything in the ring that would suggest that he's on anything because he doesn't punch hard. I mean, it is what it is. Um, but what has been interesting, squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. No, but no, let me stop. We embrace the hate, but what has been put out there about Devin Haney's physique and everything has been directly contradicted and challenged by Brian Norman Sr. And I'm going to pull up some comments here from Brian Norman Sr. and what he had to say about Devin Haney, and it reveals that what you may be seeing right now in these pictures may not be the reality of what is actually over there in Riyadh. And of course, Jay, you know this, man, the right lights, you know, you can look muscular. Devin looks like, I mean, in comparison to me, like I posted a picture of myself and and Gary Russell Jr. Um, these guys may look big to you in the ring, but if you see Gary Russell standing, I'm 6'2" and I'm like 225. You know what I'm saying? Gary Russell, when you see him standing next to me in the post on our page, you'll see he looks small compared to me. These guys are really kind of they're smaller guys. Devin's a smaller guy. And so this is what he had to say. Let me pull it up here real quick, Jay, because I thought it was funny. This is Brian Norman Sr. This is what he had to say. And this is in response to a picture that was posted of Devin Haney looking like he was ripped up and all this other stuff. He said, and the Haney voice, he's talking about the boxing voice, gonna scramble for excuses. This is over. You can try, and he's talking to this guy that I guess is on the boxing voice. You can try all you want. You can't save these ninjas. This ninja look weak and scrawny, nothing like them pics with all the muscles and veins. We already whooped both of their asses on the net. We finishing them this Saturday. This suggests, Jay, that when you see him over in Riyadh, he doesn't look anything like these pictures. This guy looks scrawny, and they're gonna bust him up. Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
I find it funny, man. I find it. We all know muscles don't win fights. We know this. You can show all that. Also, muscles don't necessarily mean that you punch hard. We know that through Devin, Tim Bradley, for instance. They were ripped. They weren't punching like that. So I just hope they don't go in full with that thought process that he's scrawny, he's weak or anything like that, because that's how you get beat. I don't think they will, just because seeing how the Normans try, how they do, they ain't gonna overlook it. I love the talk though. I love the banner between the two camps and everything. Yeah, Devin doing all that, and the fact that he was talking about, 144 was hard for him to make a little bit. This is 3 pounds more. I'm like, so you've been weight bullying all this time. Your whole career been a number career of weight bullying. We were concerned about him when he was at 135. So if he gonna fill out at 147, cool. But for Norman to be looking at him like, man, this dude looks scrawny. I'm like, dang. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, if he ain't strong, then it's gonna be a rough night with Junior. Junior coming in to destroy. He's called assassin. He going to take care of business with the truth turned to a lie. Whether or not those muscles are strong or he's scrawny. So it's gonna be interesting. I like the way the banner going between the two camps, though. It's good. It's good for boxing. It's good for the fight too.
No, I think it's good for the fight, and I like the confidence that both camps are demonstrating, and I'm just ready to see the fight now, man. They've been talking. You got two dads that are very talkative. I think that makes the fight interesting. Mm-hmm. I know some people feel that they don't like Bill Haney. I know some people feel that they don't like Brian Norman Sr. I tend to like, I like people that talk. I like talkers. Yeah, but we from Florida, so we like talkers because that's all we do is talk. That's what Floridians do. We talk.
Talking.
Yep. So you guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to this. Does Brian Norman Sr. have a point? I mean, he's seeing the reality of what it is in Riyadh versus what these pictures are. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.